Let's go back in time and talk about Robotron 2084, created by Eugene Jarvis and Larry DeMar. It was released in 1982 and became a classic video game, inspiring games that would follow over many years. It introduced a new control mechanism that couldn't be translated to the home computers and consoles of the time, so it was a game you could only play at the arcades. Let's have a look at this being played on the as of yet unfinished arcade machine I have at home. The controls allow you to move in one direction while firing in another using two separate joysticks. It is a simple mechanism that totally opens up the gameplay and feels very intuitive. Overall, you need to shoot all the robots on the screen while rescuing a wandering family. Destroying all the robots takes you on to the next level and you continue thereon. There are several different robot enemies, including the ones that move towards you constantly, the invincible tanks that take out the remaining humans, and others. You even have some that create more enemies the longer they are left to their own devices on the screen. Your score increases by destroying the robots, but the score for consecutively rescuing humans is cumulative, and this can make a huge difference, allowing you to get those rather necessary extra lives all the sooner, as this game is very tricky. Like the author's game Defender that came before this, it can be called a difficult game, and this one ramps up very quickly. By the time you get to level 5 with the walking brains, it becomes unlikely you will reach level 6, and there are a lot of levels after this. Jeff Minter was very aware of this and created his version called Lamatron for home computers that has a much smoother difficulty curve. The graphics in Robotron are what Eugene Jarvis called programmer graphics. It has nice particle effects and uses a custom blitter chip to get so many sprites on the screen at the same time. The use of sound in the game can only really be called sparse, but they are particularly effective, distinctive and memorable, and are as classic as the game itself. Robotron has a quality that is really hard to create and something I find rarer in the expansive games of more recent times, and that is the one more goal. The controls are incredibly tight, so you never feel you have died from anything other than your own errors. Make no mistake though, this game was made to consume 20-cent coins, but it did so well. The game's legacy has had a direct influence on the games that came later, including Smash TV, Total Carnage, and more recently Geometry Wars. There is a sequel called Robotron X, released on the original PlayStation, the Nintendo 64, and Windows. It is an enjoyable 3D tongue-in-cheek iteration, and it was fun to play but a little slower than the original. You can get Robotron 2084 now as it is available in a bunch of arcade compilations and also on Xbox Live Arcade. If you have never played it, it is highly recommended as a game based entirely on how it plays, with the graphics and sound supporting. Thanks for listening.